The next Microsoft Excel skill that you must possess as a professional is how to validate data validation. So data validation is used to control what can be entered into a cell. For example, there may be a numerical limit to ensure that you don't enter incorrect numbers or a date falls within a defined period of time. So this is a fun tool with many uses which will help you to stay in control of any spreadsheet you create or you work with. Now, this is an example table. So you can use data validation to do a whole lot of things. All right. Now, the thing is that for this table, the data validation that we implement or that we define might not probably affect what is already here. I can decide to create a data validation for this column so that whatever is entered here or new data that is entered here or whatever that needs to be changed in this particular set of cells within this column cannot be more than 4 characters. Is that right? So let us go ahead to check out how I can use data validation. What you need to do is to go to the data menu tab and you see data validation. So click on this drop down arrow and you see data validation. So click on it and it brings up this. All right. So first off, let us select our set of cells that I want to validate. So for this range of cells, then select data validation. And for settings, it shows you what validation criteria. So what do you want to allow? You select what you want to allow. I want to allow for text length. So data between or not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than. So I want to validate data in such a way that is less than. All right. So the maximum length of text for this particular column must be what? 4. So you hit OK. Now, what this means is that despite the fact that the set of data already here is more than 4, but any other set of data that will be entered here must not exceed 4. So let us just hit OK and see how it works. So you might not notice anything happening here, except you go to data validation and you notice that you have this already set up. But you will notice that something has been set up here if you eventually want to enter a set of data. Maybe supposing I type in pants, all right? So I hit enter and it brings up this. So this value doesn't match the data validation restrictions defined for this set. So you can decide to retry or cancel. If you hit retry, then you begin another opportunity to enter those set of data again. So suppose I type in shoe, will shoe enter? It still doesn't enter. If I hit cancel, the original data that was there before will come back by default. So that is how data validation can be used. There are a whole lot of things you can also do for data validation. You can also validate for numbers. Is that right? So supposing for this unit price, I want to make it in such a way that it will, let's just go ahead to see what we can do. So for, let's say for whole number, right? So between, so supposing we say the minimum for this must be, let's say 50, and the maximum can be, let's say 200. So anything I enter that is different from this will be bounced off. So, but if it's within, it will be accepted. So if I enter 100 here, it will be accepted. But anytime I want to enter maybe 20, it will reject it. Is that right? So that is what data validation does. So I can even change this message to tell the user what it's supposed to do. So supposing I cancel this and I go back to select this range of cells and I select data validation, I can define my input message. Is okay? I can define my error alert. So the input message is like if the user hovers, let's just say do this. Do this. The input message is enter value between, all right? So between 50 to 200. All right, so let me just copy this, then hit OK. So you notice that because I'm hovering here, it says, well, do this, enter values between 50 to 200. So that's just like an information right? And it comes up immediately once I click on any cell that have been validated, right? If I click outside, it goes off. So once I select this range of cells again, then it's data validation. I go to error alert. Now the error alert stop means you can't even do nothing. Warning means that it will warn you, but it will still allow you to input the data. Then information is for information's sake. So let us make it in such a way that it stop. Then the error message should be this, enter value between this. So this should be what? Important. Alright, so important. So once you are through, you hit OK. Now let us go ahead to define the validation rule. So if I hit enter, it says what? Important. Enter values between 50 to 200. So you can decide to retry or cancel as the case may be. So Microsoft Excel skills for professionals.